Hi, this is Mr. Barr again. In my last video, we talked about equations, and I told you that equations are like seesaws or teeter-totters or a scale. And we'll talk about that again today. So we're looking at single variable equations, and we're going to model and solve equations using algebra tiles. What that means is we're going to draw pictures or use pictures to visually see these equations. We're going to really try to look at that scale or that teeter-totter. So once again, equations are like teeter-totters. Or scales. Or seesaws. The variables and numbers are just objects on the scale. Imagine a scale, and I put apples on it one side, and the other side I put a weight, and maybe I put a weight over here also. I'm just putting things onto a scale. I'm physically putting things onto a scale and then trying to figure out what things are. We can then take the scales and turn them into equations. So we can take an equation and break it apart and put it on the scale, or we can take the pieces off of the scale and turn them into an equation. Let's take a look at one. And I'm going to draw a nice picture of this. So I have the equation 4x equals 32. Well, 4x, that's an x, and an x, and an x. That's 4 x's, right? 4 x's equals 32 little weights. Well, which one of these has 32? This is 3, 6, 9. Right, that's 9. 3, 6, 9, that's 9. So this is 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. This is 22. Well, I need it to equal 30. 32. So 4x equals 32. Well, what's this? This is 1, 2. Actually, which one? There's only one here that even has a 2. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is 30. This is 4x equals 30. Right? 4x equals 30. That doesn't work for us. Look at this one. There we go. This is it. 4x equals, this is 32. It's this guy. 4x's on that side of the scale equals 32 air bubbles on the other side of the scale. It's this one right here. This is how we can visually model this equation. I would have these blocks that are x's. I put 4x blocks on this side, and I put 32 1 blocks on that side. Big blocks, little blocks. It's just a scale. All right. What is this? I have what here? What do I have here? What are these? Those are x's. How many x's do I have? I have 1, 2, 3 x's. Plus I have 6 air bubbles equals, what's this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times 3 equals 21 air bubbles. 3 x's plus 6 air bubbles equals 21 air bubbles. Here, this guy right here. 3 x's plus 6 air bubbles equals 21 air bubbles. So we took the stuff off the scale and we created the equation. Let's look at this. I have a negative x. I have a negative 1 and a negative 1. Well, that's a negative 2 equals, these are positives, 1, 2, 3 positives. I have a negative x blocks. I have a negative 1 block, a negative 1 block, so that's negative 2. And I have a 1, 2, 3 positives. What's that match up with? Right here. Negative x minus 2 equals 3. So once again, we took the scale and we turned it into an equation. It says I have an x plus a 1 equals a 5. I have an x block, I have a 1 block, and I have 5 blocks. And you cannot see what I'm writing. So I want to really work on being able to visualize these equations as actual things, that x's are things, that the numbers are things. These are things that we can put onto a scale, and we have to keep the scale in balance. All right? Thanks for watching. Bye.